Colin, thanks for speaking to us as we look back on this day of when Nottingham Forest were crowned champions of England. Fantastic achievement. And first and foremost, just wanted to get your take on your arrival at Nottingham Forest the previous year and how you found that season.
Well, when I first came to Forest, I came in March, I think, before the promotion season. Then the promotion season came along, I was in the side, and then I was out of the side. So then I became sort of a bit player in that year. Played a fair few games, but not enough really to warrant to being a regular. And then we got promoted by the skin of our teeth. And then nobody thought we'd go on and win the league. We didn't even think that, so we never put it in the contracts that we get on the win bonus. If we won the league. So we never got a penny for winning the league. So as it was, the season started, and I was sober a couple of games, and then Frank Barrett got himself injured at Arsenal, I think it was, away. We lost 1-0, I think it was. And then I was sub that day, and I came on and played left back. And then I was then in the side. I was obviously in the side, and I thought until Frank got himself fit again. But the powers that be decided to keep me in the side. And then basically as the season wore on, if I got injured, Frank came in. If somebody else got injured on the back line, I would slip across to that position. In that season, the championship year, I played in all the back four. So I had a good year. But it was a very interesting year, and as much as I say, we never even give it a thought we would win the league.
Well, that's interesting. So when you obviously were promoted out of the second division, as it was then, and you came in, what was the instructions from the boss, and what was the feelings amongst the players? Were you, nowadays teams get promoted, they're probably looking to maintain their status in the league the following year. Was there any case of that with Mr. Clough and Forest?
I would have, from what I can remember, Ben, I just think that it was just a case of survival. I think if we survived in the first division, we were everybody's favourite to go straight back down, to be honest, because we came up in third place. So we were everybody's favourite to go back down. And then, as it went on, we got ourselves on a run. We got ourselves on a good cup run as well in the League Cup. And we really got it together. And by the time Christmas came round, or just before Christmas came round, we went to Manchester United, beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. And I think that was the realisation to us all that maybe we were onto something here. And then it became a battle from then on till the end of the season. We scraped 1-0s, we draw games. We didn't play pretty football at times. We got away with murder at times. And we did play some good stuff. Don't get me wrong, we did play some good stuff. And certainly in that first half of the season, we were exceptional. We really were exceptional.
Well, you say about the first half, but also there was a crucial month, and we talk about in modern day the key to success is consistency and not losing games. And I think throughout the month of April that year, you had 8 games in which we didn't lose. So a real crunch time in the season where you managed, like you say, whichever way you managed not to lose games, and whether that be winning 1-0. And it certainly was a formula that proved you well, really, and put you in prime position to be crowned champions.
Yeah, I think you've got to say to yourself that we based we scored goals, don't get me wrong, we scored goals, and we did attack when we had to attack. But defensively, we were very, very strong. Very, very strong. We had Shilton in goal, who was exceptional. I think he only let, if my memory serves me right, he came about 4 games into the season, so in 38 games, I think he let in 19 goals, or maybe 18 goals in 38 games. Which is stunning, absolutely stunning.
Absolutely.
He put it down to himself, but I put it down to the back four being brilliant. But whenever he let a goal in, he let us know that it was our fault, not his.
But that was the team ethic, wasn't it? We all know about that team and what they went on to achieve, including yourself, and just how difficult you were to beat, and the unique way that you won matches. But like you say there, it was the team spirit, and that every man sort of doing their bit in order to win games was crucial, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were were a tight-knit group, you know. Everybody backed each other up. We all went out together. We all went to Bill's Gaff on a Friday for chip butties and, you know, sort out the way we were going to play on the Saturday with the salt and pepper pots and the ketchup being the centre forward and all that sort of thing. So we had formations on the table at Bill's Cafe how we were going to play. But yes, we were a tight-knit group of players, and we helped each other out. And we played, I think, that season with 15 players, 16 players at the outset, maybe, which is, again, you wouldn't hear of it now.
No.
But what we had was players who would say, I don't want to be out of this team.
Yeah.
So if the manager said, I want you to play centre forward, you'd play centre forward. If the manager said you wanted to play right back, you'd play right back. You didn't argue about the fact. You didn't say, I can't play here. You just said, yeah, I'm in, I'll do it. And I think that was a very, very strong point of our success. And we were just a good unit that gelled. And every now and again, you get that good team that comes out. And to be honest, by the end, I think everybody accepted the fact that actually the best team won the league.
Well, did the you said about when you obviously got promoted, there was some pundits out there that potentially didn't give Forest a sniff and give them a chance, not alone of surviving, never mind winning the league. Reading reports from back in the day labelled the team as a bunch of has-beens, and I think Bob Wilson, BBC pundit, said that Forest are a bubble that will soon burst. Did that those comments, did they inspire you, motivate you to prove them wrong?
Well, you'd have to look at the players that played. You know, I came from Manchester City. Frank Clark came from Newcastle. You know, they were first division sides. So we were used to playing in the first division as it was. And then the likes of Larry Lloyd, he played at Liverpool. He played in, he'd been in England international, I think, while playing at Liverpool. Peter Shilton, England goalkeeper. Archie Gemmell came, Scottish international. Robbo was a schoolboy international. So you've got to say to yourself, actually, we weren't a team of has-beens. We were just a team that they assembled. You know, let's be perfectly honest, I don't think Clough and Taylor even thought we would get anywhere near where we did. In their wildest dreams, they never thought that. But to say we're a bunch of has-beens is a little bit, disrespectful. I'd say maybe you could argue the fact one or two of us lost our way a bit, but we didn't lose that fact that we could play, and then we were involved with a manager who laid it on the line to us. And when you get something laid on the line, then you have to say that's when you yourself came to the fore. You know, there's so much the manager can do. He can tell you what he wants you to do before the game, but as soon as you cross that white line, you're on your own. You are on your own, and there's no question about that. And
from yourself, in terms of your career, Colin, looking back on that season, obviously we know what followed the following year. Would you kind of put that down to one of the special moments? You know, a moment that you'll never forget that year, but that day in particular.
For me, winning the league is I don't think you can get any higher than that, because you have won your league over a long, hard season. We had 42 games, and we never let up. And to be at the end of it number one, that was a very, very special moment. The only downside of it was financially we never made any money.
Yeah, very different to today. But no, that's brilliant. Well, and Colin, just before you go, I know you've already given the Forest fans a message, but have you got another message for the fans while we're living in lockdown, and how you coping and just how you're dealing with life without football at the moment?
Well, it's hard for everybody concerned, and I'm sure it's hard for those with young families as much as anything. I'd really like to say, just everybody, just take what's been advised, keep yourself safe. Keep yourselves going. Keep yourselves positive if you can. Myself, I've gone and done the daftest thing in my life. I've just gone and taken on an allotment, which is absolutely stupid. But I'm digging for victory, as they say.
No, nice.
And I just, from my point of view, I'm just getting on with it. And if we come out of this, we'll all come out of it better. Yeah. We'll come out of it as a better people, because we'll be more tolerant. We certainly will. For the first fortnight, we'll be very, very tolerant of each other. But after that, I think it'll go back to normal. All right.
Something to look forward to.